Ademola Adeleke, candidate of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, has emerged winner of the Osun State governorship election held on Saturday, July the 16th. The Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, declared Senator Adeleke winner after he polled a total of 403,371 to defeat Oyetola of the All Progressives Congress, APC, who polled 375,027 votes. Adeleke was said to have won in 17 local government areas against Oyetola's 13 local government areas. The INEC's returning officer for the election, Vice Chancellor of the University of Lagos, Professor Oluwatoyin Ogundipe, pronounced Adeleke winner, having satisfied the requirements of the law. Adeleke narrowly lost the governorship seat in 2018 with about 350 votes when he contested with the incumbent governor. Here we have a report.
Adeleke Ademola Jackson Nuruddin, PDP 403,371. 403,371. I declare that Adeleke Ademola Jackson Nuruddin, on behalf of the chairman of INEC of PDP, having satisfied the requirements of the law, is hereby declared the winner, and he is returned elected. Thank you very much. God bless us all.
Osun State, I love you. In 2018, you supported me and I won that election. And I promise you, I'm going to come back to do it again in 2022. And 2022 support is overwhelming. And you did it again for me. What I can say, I love you and I will not disappoint you. I will make Osun great again.
Congratulations on the announcement and your pronouncement as the governor-elect of Osun State. Going from here, what should the people of Osun State expect from you?
They should expect great things to come to Osun State, because this governor, I mean, is for the people. It's for the grassroots, because they supported me. Never again Osun State we go backward. They will keep moving forward, and I can assure you, once again, I will not disappoint them. I will not disappoint all the masses that supported me, stood by me, and of course my brothers here. They came all the way to be with me and support me, and a lot of people are expecting me to do good. Then I'm gonna go ahead and make sure Osun is great again.
Oyetunji is Arise senior correspondent, one of the two who meticulously covered every bit of the Osun governorship election for the station. He now joins us for a brief overview of everything that transpired leading up to this morning's declaration of Senator Ademola Adeleke as winner of the Osun gubernatorial election. Oyetunji, good to have you on this Day Live, this Sunday talk show. And thank you for the excellent work you've been doing. Well, as I said in my introduction, what's your overview? You've been on the ground for days covering this election.
Well, thank you very much. Greetings from Osogbo, the Osun State capital. Shortly after that declaration of Senator Ademola Adeleke as the winner of this contest, after failing 4 years ago, he has emerged the winner. His supporters actually trooped out to the streets of Osogbo, not to talk of what happened at his home right there in Ede, where several of his supporters and even the PDP bigwigs who have been in town to show him some support, how they all trooped out to actually celebrate this victory, saying it means so much to them because they narrowly lost it 4 years ago. Now it has happened and this has energized them. So the supporters that actually came out on the street of Osogbo were all over the place. This place I'm standing is behind me is just the popular Olaya Junction, and the Freedom Park is just by my right here, and I don't know, hundreds, if not thousands of them actually gathered there, jubilating in one way or the other. Some of them carrying placards, singing all over the place, demonstrating that now what they had wished for so long, what they had longed for so long, has finally come to be, and they are expecting a new era with the declaration of Mr. Ademola Adeleke as the new governor of Osun State to take charge of the state for the next 4 years. I must tell you that from what we have been seeing, the voting of the election of Mr. Adeleke is a whole lot of political statement by the people of this state. Let's tell you that the state capital, Osogbo, here has about 3 local governments: Osogbo local government, Olorunda local government, and as well as Egbedore, some part of Egbedore, you know, that constitute part of the state capital. And I'd like to tell you that Mr. Adeleke actually won in all those 3 local governments, meaning that the incumbent, the outgoing governor now, Mr. Oyetunji of the APC, actually lost the seats of his government, which says a lot about how the people feel about the current government. Now, Dr. Abati.
Well, Governor Oyetunji has been quoted as saying that he's still studying the results, which is an indication that he's likely to challenge the results. What's the mood in the town or in the state, in the 30 local government areas to that? What are the people saying? Are the people saying, well, we have spoken, and we have spoken. Whoever wants to go to court can go to court? Or are they saying, well, let's see how this plays out?
That seems to be what the people are saying, that we have spoken. We're tired of the current APC. In fact, there is a video actually trending around here where we have a motorist sitting in his car, trying to video some of the jubilant crowd, some members of the jubilant crowd who were celebrating the victory of Mr. Adeleke. It was asking them what this means to them, and if this actually means that they don't want the APC government. They told him specifically that what the statement that they tried to make with this election of Mr. Adeleke is that they're tired of the government that they currently have in the state, but that they will be willing to vote the candidates of the APC in the presidential election that is coming up in 2023. That's Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, meaning that they are not entirely against the APC as a party, but this particular government, according to about what we heard from those people who spoke in that video, and majority of those who were jubilating around, mostly the youth and women, they were actually singing and trying to portray the fact that they are tired of the incumbent governor Oyetunji, and that they want a change. Whether the change that they are craving for is actually what they need is another thing entirely. But at least they made a statement, according to them, that they're tired of this government and they're changing it, and now they have the change that they have wished for so long. What they see there is another thing entirely, but at least their wish has been realized with this declaration of Mr. Ademola Adeleke this morning by the Independent National Electoral
Okay, let's talk about the subtext. I mean, you've talked about Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and I've heard quite a number of people saying that Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu has lost, you know, a very important election, the last major poll before the 2023 general election. But there's also the Aregbesola factor. Aregbesola was shown, you know, at a mama put joint in the United States, you know, far away from the scene of action. But people said, you know, his supporters were part of these calculations. How much of a factor, really, is Rauf Aregbesola in this election? From what you have heard, from what you have seen?
A big one. a big one, Dr. Abati. Of course, we all know the disagreement, the friction between Mr. Aregbesola and the incumbent governor, as well as Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu, that led to some kind of outburst from the former governor. That's talking about Rauf Aregbesola against Asiwaju Bola Tinubu some few months back, especially when the primary election here was for this exercise was being conducted. You look at it from the perspective of, or let me just say this. Maybe one of the things that actually show how much of disunity, that is playing out in the APC that may have led them to this particular situation was the defection of one of the aides of Mr. Aregbesola, even a former commissioner who is now in the camp of Mr. Adeleke, who has now emerged the winner of this contest. So some people, I put the question actually to Mr. Adegboyega Oyetola, the outgoing governor, yesterday, that going into this election, there was this pronounced disunity in the APC, and whether he did not think that this was a very big factor that will affect, that could have a negative effect on his quest to get a re-election in the state. What he told me was, well, of course, he agreed that there could be disagreements, but a family matter, of course, something that we're very used to when politicians are talking about disagreement in their parties. He told us that he agreed that there was some kind of disagreement which was a family matter according to him, but that will be sorted out, and he was still very, very optimistic that he was going to emerge victorious. But we can tell you that the inability of the party hierarchy to actually put the house in order and make them present a very united front going into this election was a very big factor. Not just Mr. Aregbesola alone and his supporters. You recall that Mr. former Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives, Lasun Yusuf, was equally a member of the APC who, because of some kind of disagreement, had to leave that party, and he went to represent the Labour Party in this election. And news actually filtered in yesterday that somehow he had stepped down for the eventual winner of this contest. But he actually came out to debunk, to dismiss that news, that he never did, that he was still in the race. So there are those who are thinking that if the APC had been able to put his house in order, unite, bring back Mr. Lasun and Aregbesola and all their supporters to the APC family and approach this election as a one united family, probably we could have been having a very different result being declared this morning. But unfortunately, it has gone the other way. The APC ruling party in the last how many years now, about 12 years in this state, will now become the opposition party in going into the 2023 election, and that definitely means a lot to the aspiration of Asiwaju Bola Tinubu.
Okay, one final question before I let you go, Tokunbo. Well, from dancing senator, we now have a dancing governor, and it's good to see the people of Osun State dancing in the streets of Osun State. But this day has a very interesting front page today. The headline story says, APC Tinubu Oyetola in Osun, one lule, PDP's Adeleke wins. I mean, the last time we had such a creative, banner headline, I think I recall Baba Babatunde just said, now blessed memory, in the 60s, leading the Daily Times with Akintola Taku. So we have an Olule situation now in Osun Osogbo. What do you think are the implications of this for Senator Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu's 2023 ambition and the APC generally? Briefly, because I want to move on to Samson Itodo.
Well, quite clearly, it is an issue that will be of concern to Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu and those who are in his camp campaigning for his aspiration to lead Nigeria in 2023. But one thing you can't take away from these politicians is they know how to actually reach out to themselves and work together when their ambitions are concerned. We never can't. We look at it, now as a very big, discomforting development for his presidential aspiration. But you never can tell. We still have several months before this election. We don't know what could happen in those months as regards alignment and realignment and what we call in political reporter warehousing, where you have different political interests coming together to work for a particular interest at a particular time. So we really can't tell, because one issue that is actually now developing is how the new governor, the governor-elect now, is going to function in these states with a house that an assembly that is filled with members of the APC. So there will really have to be some kind of reaching out, alignment, realignment, reshuffling and all that for everything to move smoothly for the governor at the state level, and for those who have presidential ambition at the federal level there. So you politicians, they have a way of
too much.
working on issues
working
like
with
this.
the House of Assembly. Most of those people in the House of Assembly, they will defect and align and adjust. Isn't that the way of Nigerian politics? Thank you very much, Oyetunji, for joining us on This Day Live, the Sunday Talk Show. Thank you very much indeed.